Hello, this is Heisenberg.
Hey there, it's G Forever, and today we got the X Plus Toho Large Monster Series Rodan 2019.
Yeah, so we're joined by Super Goji 74, who has his own excellent YouTube channel of Godzilla reviews.
Hello, I'm Super Goji 74, and I'm going to be talking about the standard version of this Rodan today.
Yes, and I have the Shonen Ric version, so let's go check them out.
And here's a box. Why does it say Toho 20?
Well, this is the 25 centimeter series, and for some reason they slapped the 20 on there, maybe just to differentiate from the 30 centimeter series. But I don't know why they put 20. I mean, it should be 25, and I think in the past it did say 25. So
All right, here's the box. What do you guys think?
it's not bad. I think it's pretty good artwork. I do miss like the colored versions where they have like a big sticker of the full on color.
Of course, they do have that's the yellow Rick exclusives.
Yeah,
I just wish they didn't have that black background. You can't really see what's going on.
that's true.
And
Yeah, it
here
looks
he is.
kind of
Here's
cloudy.
Rodan.
Yeah,
There we go. Well, why do you have your hand underneath him there, G Forever?
we'll see in a moment here.
Uh-oh,
No.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my.
Yeah,
Oh,
boom.
poor-
because the stand is not user-friendly.
Nope.
No.
And
boy.
yeah, it's unfortunate because this is a pretty nice looking sculpt here. It looks like they used a similar stand from the 30 centimeter Fire Rodan, 1993, also by X Plus, which we'll see later on in this video. But this one, for some reason, is just very unstable, and Rodan falls a lot, and mine's actually kind of chipped and have some paint scruffs due to the falls. So
No.
you have to be very careful.
And that's a shame because the sculpt is so good.
Yeah, we're looking at the Shonen Ric exclusive version right now. So what's different about this
On
one?
on the Rick, there's a little more splash of that yellow orange, especially on the tail and the feet.
Yeah, that's the standard version on the right, and the
Yep.
Rick exclusive version on the left.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yep. And yeah, I think the sculpt is awesome. This Rodan is sculpted by Lee Do Young. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing his name right, but yeah, he did an excellent job on the sculpt. I think this is spot on for a perfect 2019 Rodan. It's just unfortunate the paint job is not the best paint job that could have
The,
been done.
the sculpt is by far what saves it. It's super sharp, and when you get real close to it, it's actually extremely detailed. So
Yeah.
looking at the feet as well as the head, it's
Yep.
really nice.
Yeah.
It's just, I think the paint, it's too muddy on both
Yeah.
releases. It's very muddy. It's very blended together.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
overall, it doesn't complement that sculpt at all.
Yeah, it's sad because and also that copyright block right there, it's too visible. I wish they
If
put it under the tail or something just to hide it a little better.
it's atrocious. I would consider myself at this point a toy photographer, and like
Mhm.
having to like possibly edit something like that or Photoshop it is pretty aggravating. I know
Yeah.
that might be a nitpick, but even if it's just for display purposes, it's really distracting. I think that shot right there actually
Yep.
showcases that very well.
Yeah, and it's sad because actually on the left side of Rodin, actually I think is a pretty cool view.
Yeah.
So
So how did you guys describe like the paint then on these two and like how they're different?
muddy, I think.
Yeah, but it looks like kind of like an orange, like a yellow orange.
Yellow orange, yeah,
That
on the
that
show
would
on the
be
Rick.
yeah, that would be the one difference you get, and I think they used the same standard figure and just gave it an orange wash
Yep.
and called it a day.
Yeah.
When it could have easily been a different color material or just brighter colors and more paint. It doesn't feel like a lot of effort went into it.
Yeah, and yeah, I think what they could have done was actually use a transparent material and then maybe give it a little more red and maybe like brighter orange and less of this yellow wash. And I think that would have been looking good because you can have a light shining through it, and then the wings would glow with like that lava color. And I think that would have been beautiful. So Super Goji 74 and I were talking about the material. It actually feels very different from a typical X Plus. It's more of like a harder plastic, but at the same time, the wings feel very fragile. Like if I drop it, I'm just afraid it'll shatter.
The weakest parts are definitely going to be like his hands or
Uh-huh.
possibly his beak.
Yeah.
If he lands with all of his weight on those, I can pretty much guarantee they're going to snap.
Snap. Yeah.
And I've already got a few paint scuffs from a few of the falls, and the stand itself has been scuffing my figure. So
Oh no.
he's not very durable. You have to be very, very careful with this one.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think for the stand, I'm knock on wood, like so far I don't have too much like paint scruffs on the chest area, but my wings and the claws do have did take some damage. And
Now, looking at the head, by the way, it's like the eye is really tiny.
yes, and
This is actually
yeah.
you got a really good shot of it, because when it goes back to my video, you'll see what he's talking about is those eyes. They're really small, and
They
from
are.
a distance you can't see them. So I was surprised to see that much detail, actually.
Yeah, it looks a lot better on camera than in person, because in person you have to like really like put it up close and like really focus on it. But on camera you have that, because of the lens, you can actually zoom in to see the detail much easier. So on mine, the left eye is a little awkward, but it actually looks okay on the camera. But from like looking at it from like in person, it does look a little off.
Yeah,
but I think yours look okay.
Mine look pretty all right. They're not cross-eyed or anything. They were painted fine. This figure is extremely photogenic, and that's a very strong thing.
Yeah.
Like looking at this, that looks to me, it looks better on footage.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, it's again, like I think Lee Do-young did an excellent job with the sculpt. It's just I just wish X Plus, like they did they could have gone with a better paint job on this guy, and maybe hide that copyright thing.
Maybe the employees at X Plus HQ just don't have a lot of love for Rodan here.
I know, and speaking of love for Rodan,
great sculptor comes in, and the rest of the department just kind of
drop the ball.
Yeah.
And speaking about love for Rodan, like we were talking about the stand, right? So Mothra 92 has an amazing stand. Like a lot of the Mothras have a great base. Like this Rodan has no base. It's just a piece of plastic, two pieces of clear plastic. So that's sad. Like if like the NECA figure, which I wish I showed footage of, but you can check our previous videos. It has a nice that what do you call it, the containment center.
So here's the Deforeal.
Yes.
Here you can see his eyes much better. So this is the X Plus Deforeal. I really like this figure a lot.
It's crazy that they didn't just copy and paste what they did with this.
Yeah, the wings on this guy look great. I love the paint on the Deforeal is a lot 10 times much better than what we have on the 25 centimeter one. But yeah, like I just wish the color was brighter like this. But again, I think Rodan would have been great if they for the Ric one at least, they should have done like a transparent material and then put a lot of red into it.
And notice the stand is better too.
True. Yeah.
Yes.
You get a nice orange stand with the name of the figure and the series.
I think this is my own little headcanon, but maybe on the regular scale figures, I've noticed they tend to have more realistic paint jobs, like these two Rodans here. And the Deforeals are much more contrasty and punchy. And I think it just didn't translate well when they were trying to make a more realistic depiction of Rodan when they could have really spiced it up with colors.
Oh, yeah. Which Rodan are we looking at now, G Forever?
Yep, this is the 25 centimeter, also from the Toho Daikaiju or Large Monster series. And this is the 56 version of Rodan. I think this is one of the earlier releases.
I ended up with the Ric exclusive reissue of this. And,
okay. Yep.
It's great. Other than the lean, might be one of the best Rodans they've done.
Oh, here's another Rodan. Which one's this one?
This is the 1964 version, and I have being the first time that Rodan was introduced to me, so this Rodan is a little special to me. So it's really cool to have this version of Rodan, because a lot of the figures have been like the 56 version or the 1993 like Fire Rodan. So we didn't get too many 64s until X Plus came along when they made the 30 centimeter one and this 25 centimeter one. So it's really cool to see this Rodan here.
Seeing these side by side really reinforces the fact that the paint is so much better on all of these other figures.
I know.
They could have done something similar, but they just dropped the ball. Like you said earlier, it's not as good.
So this is a flying version?
This is the flying version. This is like a minifigure that came as an extra for the Shonen Ric 1964 Godzilla version 2. And this is a pretty cool little one.
Love that little head sculpt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and which one's this?
Yep. And also they hid the copyright much better on that one. This is the 1993 Fire Rodan, which talked about earlier. So it has a very similar base to this 25 centimeter 2019 Rodan, but this one's actually more stable. As you see, I can move him around, I tilt him, and he doesn't really fall over.
It's because it's spread out a little bit more with those pegs, and it's not as close together and wobbly. You have more surface room.
Yeah, I think the weight distribution is also better probably on this one than the 2019 Rodan. And here are all of them together. Yep, all from X Plus.
No, I still like the Deforeal there.
The Deforeal.
Oh yeah, and here's Godzilla. Which Godzilla is this?
This is the 2019 Godzilla, also from the Toho Daikaiju or Large Monster Series in the 25 centimeter scale. So now Godzilla is no longer lonely. He finally has.
They do look very, very good next to each other. Yeah.
Yep. And there's
the Ric right there.
There's the Ric with the thanks to Heisenberg's magic, magic.
I've got my Ric next to the standard, and they actually, when you could pose them together without it falling down, they look great.
Yeah, they look awesome.
And here's a preview of something we'll be reviewing in the future. So this is a new Mothra, G Forever?
Yep, 1992 Mothra, also in the 25 centimeter scale. So I love this one. And as we saw, the base, Mothra got a lot of love. We got a nice looking
ironically,
base there.
Like, that's how it should be done.
It sold for around $190. Yeah, it came out and actually shipped and came out around September 2021.
It almost looks like something I would paint up, like not a premium figure from a company that I'm spending hundreds of dollars on. Yeah, I just expect a little more effort, and I'm glad you found the sculptor's name because he sculpted a very beautiful figure. It's just a lot of the other aspects really weigh it down.
Yes.
But yeah, very glad to have Super Goji 74 join us today, and glad we got to look at both the standard and the Ric exclusive versions and talk about the pros and the cons here.
I'm very thankful you had me on for the video ad.
Awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Be sure and check out Super Goji 74 on YouTube, and also on Instagram, I believe.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm more active on my Instagram. I post pretty much daily. So
awesome.
Take that into consideration.
Very cool.
Oh, excellent. All right, this is Heisenberg.
And G Forever, hoping you enjoy the Toho Large Monster Series Rodan 2019.